Well, welcome back, Beowulf Nation. I'm Beowulf, back at it with another one. Man, so since you last seen this, I installed the Jettrim Mat Tray, Watercross, the Texas ride plate, and intake grate. So this is the Maiden voyage. I'm trying all this, and my luck, there's a storm coming through. I've been on this thing for over, it's about a month. They closed the public boat ramps. This is probably the ideal place to go. Man, it feels different. Definitely with the ride plate is, man, I just got to get used to being on it. The cool thing up ahead, if you see one of my past videos, I really wanted my brother to film me with a drone, and he's right up ahead. So I'll probably ride just a little bit sitting down, figuring out how this thing handles, and then practice with the tray of how this is all going to work. It's super windy out, if you can't tell. The wind's going north, directly north. It feels a lot more comfortable on your knees with the Jettrim tray than having the stock one. It feels a lot more padding on your knees. It just kind of, I think the hardest thing is getting used to these ergos with riding. Now let's see where my brother is with his drone. I told him to walk out to one of these piers. The bridge is closed right now. Otherwise, I'd have him drive on the opposite side. You have to just keep an eye on that storm. The hard thing is, without having your phone out, you don't know what's going on with the weather. I don't see him. I don't know where he went. Oh, there he is. And he has a YouTube channel, if you haven't checked it out. It's The Real Gucci Gavin. He uploads some pretty cool stuff. Nice thing, there's really nobody out except for the DNR. There he is. Man, he's repping the I Am Beowulf merch. If you haven't picked any up, check out IamBeowulf.com. Yo, bro. What's that? So he's gonna launch his drone from there and film me on this with the drone. So let's hope I don't mess up. The DNR is actually out, which I'm kind of shocked. Probably just enforcing everybody's following the rules. Now I'm feeling it's either where because my feet, when you're kneeling, your feet are both like inwards of the tray. So it's probably where it's just a slow on speed. Getting the balance down is a little bit harder. The tide's super low too. Whew, man, it's nice to get on this. It's about like 80 something degrees, and the temperature probably will change. Nobody's behind me. Check out these guys working underneath the bridge. Hopefully the bridge don't drop on me. We got this guy crazy coming in. I kind of confused that when you got this no wake zone coming in, people come to blasting through. And he's like right in the center too. I'm trying to get over as much as I can. So the interesting thing is, last time I took this out, my last video riding this about a month ago, I used about 2.6 gallons worth of fuel. So I added more fuel, I filled it to the top. It has a light when it's low, but I guess once it gets low, the thing stops working.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Hater plotting my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding out of line. Turn your heart rate to a dotted line. Yeah, my zodiac probably dollar sign. Got the energy to win in my I'm feeling great. Got a date with destiny, focusing on my fate. I don't give a what you rapping, you been a fake. I'm everything that they ain't, it can't be, it won't be. Wanna see me fall, I can't go, I won't leave. Coming from the block with plain clothes and police. Straight up to the top with bankrolls and rollies. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, 12 can't really stop, so I'm still pushing like a mosh pit. Ice dripping, think I'm hot. In a yellow bucket with the mop stick. I've been jugging jams like wholesale. Everything must go sell. Hitting with the old well, need 100 million on the low scale. On my worst night, I'm the best. Wouldn't mess with you, couldn't cap to him. Homie spotted me like 700, brought 1100 right back to him. If I can't do it, then it ain't real. I just make dollars, I don't make deals. I've been going hard in the paint, still blowing kush clouds till I can't feel like. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line business take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Your whole squad shitty, my bros raw. No breaks, we go, 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 go. Throw shade, that's a no, no, no. Go high, go low, low, low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more, more, more. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try speak up, can't say none. Try dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10 to 80, my savings. Take to the top from the base one. New car, race on. Fast lane, pace on. With the booyah, that's a flex. Not human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport, might vanish. I'ma wake up, do damage. Join number 7, see bored on. Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Thanks, bro. You gonna hang out here for a second or no? What? I just wondered. What? I can't hear you. What? Oh, is it? All right. Well, I'll see you later. Thank you. Alright, it's about ready to rain, so let's get a little down this way. Definitely the big thing is to figure out the feet work when you first stand up. That and the turns. The turns you really got to lean differently. I've been on this thing for a long time. What's funny is when you first get on this, it's hard to get the balance down. And then once you get on it for a little bit, it's like you remember how it all works. Because balancing it is nothing from your arms. It's all with your legs. Oh, I have to say, this is probably one of my favorite skis right now to ride. Oh, it's so much fun. So I think what happened earlier when I was riding, when the thing was tilting, so I think I was riding a little bit too far back on the tray. It's a tighter fit now with it happening where the ergos or the side pieces. But the tray feels good. I feel like it's comfortable. Probably the only thing in the way back, if you're kneeling for a little bit, I'm constantly moving around my feet because they get a little sore of how the angle that they're being. So I kind of go, when my feet bent, I'll keep changing. My feet start killing me. This thing is so much fun. It actually turned out to be a nice day too. It looked like it was gonna rain. The sun's out. I'm feeling it.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. It's always fun taking out the SXR 1500. I tell you, it's almost, I mean, I really like my GP 1800R, my RXP-X 300. Ooh, sneak peek, something's happening. Pieces are pulled out for a reason. But definitely, I'm telling you, I'm really, really liking this thing. It's definitely, you can't be out all day riding this thing. You get sore, I'll tell you. But these are all 3 different type of monsters. It's like unbelievable. Just everything you have to remember is this thing rides one way, this rides one way, how it's set up, and that rides a whole nother way too. So they're not similar at all to ride. I know all the time people talk about like the Yamaha FX SVHO. I tell you, the GP is the racing version of the Yamahas out you can buy. The FX is cool. I got all 3, so I mean, it's hard. If I want to add another ski to the collection, I really couldn't make up my mind on what it'd be. Maybe another stand-up, I don't know. It's just, these are all 3 giant brushes to come out and go ride. I put the tray in, if you haven't seen. So what I did is, got the fan up in here, gonna get ready to dry it. This is the stuff I was talking about with that, in my last video when I did the tray with that glue. So I'm hoping when it dries, it gets like that, but I put some glue gun on, hoping over time I can get this all figured out, because I'm it all over my hands and I got it right off. I was using Gorilla Snot glue and too much came out. And in even areas where it didn't come out as too much, as soon as you wiped it away, you know, excess when you push down, that's what it did. So I mean, definitely, I was using Loctite super glue. I had a couple different stuff to try, and that's what I did when I finished off the rest, because this side you really can't see, but even happened in here, and I didn't see that till like afterwards. It's just, yeah, the glue I used was not that great. Anyways, it turned out really nice. Jettrim has an awesome setup. Definitely with doing this was a fun install, and it's the rewards. Then too with the Watercross Texas, I had the intake grate and then the ride plate, and you can feel a really big difference with that. So what I did is I got the shop fan in here. Usually I use this fan to dry out hulls after riding to make sure there's no moisture. What I'm probably gonna do is run this in here, make sure this really dries really well so this doesn't ever have like standing moisture, because when I wash this thing down, a lot of standing water sits in there and I had to clean out. I used a bunch of towels when I dried off and I soaked up all the water out, and then I ran a shop fan or a shop air compressor, spraying compressed air in there just to push it all out, but you can still see there's moisture in here. So I'm gonna run the fan in here overnight. Hopefully I'll dry it up real fast. Yeah, this thing is just, I'm telling you, And it's awesome too with my brother filming the drone footage. Special thanks, and if you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, it's the real Gucci Gavin. I appreciate him taking the time out to film a couple shots with the stand up. And hopefully next time he comes out, I could have him at a different spot so he could, because the bridge was closed. They were working all on it. So definitely it's cool getting some cool shots of this, and it's cool. I'm finally turning too. This is it. The intercoastal is narrow, and definitely now how it's set up, it feels a lot more comfortable turning. And then the whole leaning thing. I mean, this whole thing is just, I'm excited how much I've improved over the time of owning it, and I haven't had it for that long. And it's definitely a rush, and it's just a lot to remember. And the more practice I get, and I think the next time going out with this thing is just, it's making turns and practicing with that, and studying stuff of how people ride these, making turns to get an idea of how my body needs to be positioned, turning. And the cool thing too is it was really choppy out today, and I definitely tell you that ride plate really made a difference to how this thing was riding. And I think I was trying to say in the video too, I wasn't sure if people saw. So what happened is I was sitting farther back, I think. So that's why I was getting a little shaky like that. And then I think that's partly why it was like shooting out of water a lot more. Because my knees were more like, I think, right in the center here, instead of being farther in. Because like I was saying, this takes out a little of your room fitting in here. And I know my legs are wider than what the room, when I'm kneeling down, the more of the room that's in there. So I got in there, and then what happens is your feet are back, and sometimes I leave like my foot like this pushing on each side, but it gets sore because it's so much bending. And then you're like this, so your foot's like more like bent straight back with it. Yeah, but still, it's fun. Well, that's the end of the video. If you haven't checked out the I Am Beowulf merch, I got the stand-up SXR 1500 t-shirts, tank tops, hats. Check it out, IamBeowulf.com. Also do have an Amazon store, Amazon.com/shop/IamBeowulf. Tons of different stuff. Comes from survival gear to jet skiing to the filming gear I use. Check it out, Amazon.com/shop/IamBeowulf. Be driven or win. Remember, for 2020, the motto is never give up, never surrender. It's the end of the video. Remember, every day is Earth Day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, Beowulf Nation.